Hey pretties, happy Monday. So here in Texas, we went from Texas summer to Texas winter in about a 24-hour time frame. And I know a lot of you guys are experiencing the same thing right now, and it is absolutely crazy. I went to bed last night with the ceiling fan on, woke up this morning and immediately turned the heat on. As you can see, I'm still in my fluffy warm robe. I don't deal well with cold at all. I can deal with heat, but cold, not so much. I have a little space heater down here, turned on the heat this morning. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we usually don't get, it's only 42 right now. We don't get weather like this in October. So I'm kind of enjoying it. It's pouring rain though. We could do without that. But I finally get to wear my fall clothes. I think we're just going to skip right over fall and go straight to winter. But anyway, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. We had a pretty busy one on Friday night. It started raining that night. I guess the cold front was moving in. So Aubrey wanted to come home this weekend. Well, she had fall break. So she has today and tomorrow off too. And she wanted us to come out and pick her up. Well, I went onto Google to see how long it was going to take to get out there. And it said an hour and a half drive each direction. So Craig and I were having a glass of wine and chatting. And he said, hey, why don't we just call an Uber to go get Aubrey? And I said, that's the best idea you've had in a long time. So we had an Uber pick her up, and she got here just in time to go to dinner. So it was awesome. We didn't have to take 3 hours and go back and forth to Fort Worth to get her home. So we went to Cracker Barrel. Yes. We were all craving comfort food, and I wanted biscuits and cornbread. So we went to Cracker Barrel and had that and some chicken and dumplings, and it was all good. It was like the perfect comfort food meal for our rainy evening. On the rest of the weekend, we just kind of chilled out a little bit, got some things accomplished like grocery shopping, and I got my nails done finally. I went with this dark color. It's called Muted Berry, and it is a gel color. The nail salon was trying to talk me into doing next gen on my nails. The dipped nails, I haven't done those yet, but I might try that someday soon because my gel nails have been chipping really bad the past couple times I've gotten them done, and I'm not sure why. So anyway, I might give that a try. If I do, I'll let you know. What else? Oh, yesterday I did a blog photo shoot. I had something coming up that I'm doing a collaboration for holidays, and they wanted the photos early so they could approve them. But it's so not holiday-like yet. The cold front just came in today. So yesterday it was like 73 and really humid. Actually, it got hotter than that. I don't know. It was probably closer to 80. And I had on a big bulky sweater and a big wool coat and was just dying while Craig was taking photos of me. So, and I was hangry to top it off. So you can imagine that went really, really well. But oh well, we got it done. All right, so I was going to talk to you this morning a little bit about this vulnerability thing. A few weeks ago, I talked to you about getting out of your comfort zone and how important it is to growth, because if you're kind of stagnating in your comfort zone, if you're feeling comfortable all the time, then the chances are you're probably not growing. And of course, I'm sharing this with you because just like starting my yoga pants journey with Get Your Pretty On, I wanted to share along the way the things that I was learning while I was getting myself out of my yoga pants rut. And I feel like I'm moving into a new phase of life now, which I talked a lot about. You know, we've got our 2 older kids in college. We have one still at home. And I'm starting to think about what does this next stage of life hold for me? And you don't have to be an almost empty nester like me. You could be a mom whose kids are all heading off to school or in some other phase of life to get to this point of kind of a reevaluation and saying, where am I at now? Where am I going? You know, what are my goals? What do I need to do on a daily basis to achieve those goals? And one of the things that's really struck me is that I'm feeling this need to be more open, more authentic, more real. That's why I'm doing these coffee chats every day. But on the flip side of that, as an INFJ, which I've talked about my personality type before, and also an HSP, which is a highly sensitive person, and you can go back and watch my coffee chat on that too and see if that's maybe something that rings true for you. This is especially difficult for me. And over my 6 years of blogging, I have vacillated between wanting to be visible and wanting to hide. And I know it drives my team crazy because they come to me with all these amazing ideas about social media and lives and YouTube and all this stuff where I can be more visible. And I'll do that for a while, but I've never been able to sustain it because the thing that I want to do is go crawling back into my little cave of comfort. And I think that, this doesn't just apply to me, it applies to all of us in some way. Like anytime we put ourselves out there in bigger ways, it's hard to sustain that and keep it going. And it's especially hard like after last week. It's been going great. And trust me, I get all kinds of amazing feedback from you guys, and the comments and the DMs have been nothing short of very humbling, and I just can't even describe it. Thank you for being so encouraging. But on the flip side of that, when you do put yourself out there more, you're opening yourself up to criticism, and especially in a forum like this where I'm broadcasting to all of my social media, and there are a lot of people out there who don't know me personally and who find it easy to criticize and who put the little angry face on my videos on Facebook, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm like the least offensive person on planet Earth. But apparently I'm saying offensive things. I don't understand. I don't get it. And I take it personally. And I probably take it too personally because I am so sensitive. But whenever I get those DMs where people are kind of lighting me up for things that aren't even my intention, like I want 120% assure you right now that my intentions of sharing things about my life with you are always the purest intentions that I can have. I want to share my experiences with you. I want to show you the things that are working for me. It's why I started Get Your Pretty On. It was an accountability partner, but I also wanted to share my journey with you. And I feel that way now too. Like everything that I'm sharing about vulnerability and stepping out of my comfort zone, these are things I'm learning as I go. They aren't things that I've known about, or, I'm stepping a toe in the water with you, basically. So as I'm stepping that toe in the water, it gets scarier and scarier, which makes me even more wanting to crawl back into the cave of comfort. But I have to practice what I preach, and stepping out of your comfort zone is uncomfortable for a reason. It's supposed to feel this way. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to always be rosy and happy and not opening yourself up to criticism. And, I've talked about my faith on here before, but I feel like when we do these things, it's like, first off, God's giving us the nudge and saying, I want you to go to this place. And you're like, no, I don't want to go to this place. I'm good here. I'm good. But those nudges just keep happening and happening and happening until you feel like you don't have a choice. You need to go to this place. And then when you get there, it gets a little bit scary, and you have to rely on your faith a little bit more. And I kind of had this revelation over the weekend when I was feeling sorry for myself Friday night, which I was a little bit. I opened up my devotional book, 100 Days to Brave, and I really found some great inspiration in there. And the message that I keep hearing is that I have to be able to handle this because I'm being prepared to do more of this. So it comes with the territory. And so I don't know. I don't really have any big insights other than to keep going, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going. And if there's something today that you feel like you need to step out of your comfort zone, but you're afraid of what the repercussions are going to be, trust me that the feeling of accomplishment and the pride that you have in yourself for being braver and bolder is going to overshadow. Yeah, the criticisms hurt, but they don't last. The feeling of confidence and the bravery and the boldness, that is what lasts. And if you feel like you're being called to do something, just trust that you're being called there for a reason. So make the decision, even if it's hard, even if it hurts. And I would just want to share with you these 6 benefits of being vulnerable. If this is something that you're looking at working on, I'm reading this from intentionalinspired.com. It helps to build intimacy in your relationships when you're vulnerable, opening up in front of your partner, or in this case, in front of the world, and pouring out your deepest emotions might seem scary, but is necessary for healthy and lasting relationships. And I know that Dr. Brene Brown has done tons of research on this, and she says that falling in love is the ultimate risk that tests our vulnerability, and that is so true. We can all stand to be a little bit more vulnerable in our relationships. It increases your self-worth. I think that that's a huge benefit of being vulnerable and stepping outside and experiencing shame from time to time. And I know that's something that a lot of us avoid is shame, but this is the thing that's going to help you truly accept yourself for who you are. Don't feel bad about the way that God created you, because you were created for a purpose, and you might feel different. I feel different in a lot of ways, but that's how we were all created, and there's nothing to feel shame about in that space. Being vulnerable aids innovation and motivation. Probably one of the most surprising benefits of vulnerability and shame is the fact they can help you at your office. So this way it says that you can engage, inspire innovation, and show trust in an organizational climate. So that's a good tip. It provokes compassion. Remember, you won't always be the one demonstrating vulnerability. From time to time, you will be the one witnessing someone else's expression of various negative emotions that end in shame. In these moments, it is crucial that you show compassion, understanding, and willingness to listen, or simply be with the person that is suffering. It is a call for accountability. Admitting you are vulnerable demonstrates the fact you are ready to take accountability for your emotions, thoughts, and actions without placing blame. It means that you are on an excellent path to recognize that the source of your troubles is not in other people, but your interpretations of their behavior. That's really important to understand, that it's not necessarily the other person, but it's the way that you're perceiving their behavior. Once you stop being afraid to express yourself, you will take control over your life instead of going where the flow of current events takes you. Vulnerability means less loneliness. Pretending you're not vulnerable is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are pretending to be something you are not to avoid disappointing people around you. But according to scientific studies, that is precisely what happens. People can detect our inauthenticity because they sympathize with us too profoundly. In fact, they even have a physiological reaction to fake behavior. A study by James Gross found that inauthenticity in our efforts to hide our feelings can cause a spike in other people's blood pressure. That's interesting. This may explain why we feel inexplicable discomfort around people we consider to be fake. On the other hand, showing vulnerability relieves our true selves, which attracts the people who can understand our problems and concerns and offer support. So what do you think? Does vulnerability pay off? I love that. All right, so I'm going to challenge you to be a little more vulnerable today, to step out of your comfort zone a little bit more, and to know that when you're out of your comfort zone, you're going to be uncomfortable. I know, it's so simple, but yet it was so profound for me this weekend to realize that. All right, so now I'm going to share my cozy PJs with you, because I got to keep it style related too. Are PJs style? I think they are. I like wearing cute stuff to bed. Do you guys like wearing cute stuff to bed? Let me know. So anyway, I was at Target yesterday, and I realized that this cold front was coming in, and I had no winter PJs that whenever I unpacked my stuff and redid my closet last week, I couldn't find any. So I found these super cozy PJs, and I absolutely love the color of them because it's my color crush, which is this teal color. And these are the Gilligan and O'Malley, Gilligan and O'Malley brand. And these are the little jogger pants, and they have these cute velvet ties on them. And the top is adorable. It has all the little details that I love. It's got these cute little bell sleeves and a cute little peplum hem on it. So I get to be styling for bed tonight. I'm so excited. I get to wear my cozy PJs and have my heater on. I'll link these up on the Facebook feed if you guys want to get the links to them, but you can look them up, Gilligan and O'Malley, and they are from Target. And I don't know the styles, but I will link those up for you. All right, that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday, and stay warm if you're in Texas. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.